realize is that buyers have two sides of their brains that are talking to each other when they're buying a home. You have the emotional side of the brain and you have the logical side of the brain. I would say that the vast majority of home buyers buy homes based on the emotional reaction that they have to a home. I read a book one time and it talked a lot about the psychology of sales and purchasing, and the majority of people will base their decision on emotion of whether they want to buy, but then they justify it with logic. So let's say 75% of the decision is based on the emotional reaction they have when they walk into the home. 25% of the decision to actually go through with it, they justify with things that are logical. So what does that mean when you're getting your house ready to sell? Let me tell you a little bit about that. So when people say first impressions are important in real estate, that is extremely true. First impression when someone walks in the door, they're looking at things like, the paint, the floor coverings, the overall, the lighting, how they feel, what is the feeling they get when they walk in the house, what is that emotional response they get. So that's the first thing that we tell people to do, is make sure that when they walk in the door, when they walk up to the house, they're having a very strong positive emotional response. The next thing that most people do is they usually just go straight for the kitchen. So kitchen is going to be another emotional response trigger that you want to make sure that if you're going to spend money on a home, a renovation, and the kitchen needs to be renovated, that's going to give you your most bang for your buck in return on investment. The next would be the bathrooms. The bathrooms, depending on how many you have, master bedroom would be the first one to tackle in renovating or updating, and then any hall bathrooms or half baths. One thing I hear from buyers a lot is they do not like to see multiple types of flooring. An example of this would be hardwood that butts up to let's say a laminate. It's okay for hardwood to butt up against carpet or something completely different, but a lot of buyers don't like to see multiple floorings that are similar enough but not the same. One of the big trends in the recent past has been the importance of outdoor living space for homeowners. This is something that if you can stage your backyard to make it so that a buyer can walk back there and envision themselves hanging out with their friends around a fire pit or barbecuing and having a cookout outside, that goes a long way in enticing a buyer to make an offer. Now on to the logical side of the decision. So emotional gets people excited, makes them want to put an offer in. The logical is what they go to be able to justify that they're not making an impulse decision, which can happen sometimes in real estate. So logical items to consider would be things like the air conditioning and heat, the roof, windows. From a seller's perspective though, what can be a bummer sometimes is, let's say last year the seller just put in a brand new $30,000 geothermal heating and cooling system. Yes, that's very nice to have. Yes, that logically it makes a lot of sense because it gets your utility bills down. But the reality is that it's only worth what a buyer is willing to pay for it. And most buyers are willing to pay a lot for brand new kitchen, brand new bathrooms, not willing to pay the premium for new air conditioning, new roof, new windows. So there you have it. That's kind of our strategy and philosophy on how to sell homes for the highest amount. Be happy to look at your house with you if you have any questions about things that you could do to get your house to the next level. If you're thinking of selling, we don't want you to spend a penny more than you need to, but there are certain things that you can do that really do create that positive emotional response from buyers.